50 Cent has just exposed the crimes of the biggest names in Hollywood and what they did to Justin Bieber. According to those following the story, he's been hinting at Hollywood's darker side for years and is now allegedly speaking more openly about what he believes happened behind closed doors. He's pressing Bieber. Yeah. Yo, what's up? Like I'm calling you and answering. Yeah, that was low. That was weird. That was weird. They did not run through Bieber. D was pressing him like why you not answering your phone? Like, yo, he wasn't answering for a reason. Because you did things. That has led many people to ask why Justin Bieber has remained mostly silent. What does he remember? What is he unwilling or unable to discuss? And what exactly was happening during his earliest years in the industry? It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn and everyone, telling me they love me. The Department of Justice has reportedly released another batch of Epstein-related documents. And according to online commentators, the new material is raising disturbing questions about connections between Ellen DeGeneres, Justin Bieber, Diddy, and other powerful figures in entertainment. But, the footage also, in the footage, we also see how he's getting incoming. Lawsuits are dropping. And to get his real-time perspective on that was sort of jaw-dropping when we first got our eyes on the foot. Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching the footage? No, it didn't surprise me at all because you've known him. Yes, those behaviors. And I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it. Yeah, and I want to ask about that because how did you go about getting the footage? And do you know the intent of the videographer why he or this person took the she's a journalist? Right? Yeah. So she's not going to reveal her sources, so you don't have to reveal that. Not going to reveal my sources, but I think that partnering with someone like 50, it was very much in the universe as to what we were doing. It's a lot easier to get it. And you alluded to this, Alex, because, watching the footage and you're like, does he know who's on camera here? Like he's going back and forth with his team a lot. And you could tell it at one point. He was wanting people to change their opinion of him, and he was very clear about it. Supporters of these claims believe the documents point to a much larger network operating behind the scenes, with Bieber allegedly being exposed to private, tightly controlled environments connected to Epstein associates and influential celebrities. The biggest question now is simple. What really happened in those circles, and who knew about it of an interview of Justin Bieber, and he was talking about Billie Eilish. And he was broke almost in tears. He's like, I just want to protect her. I just want to keep her safe. Yeah. What do you think he went through because he knows what's been happening to Billie, just like everybody knew what was happening to Millie Bobby Brown Girl with Drake. These people are monsters. The discussion intensified after the DOJ reportedly released millions of pages of material connected to Jeffrey Epstein's criminal operation. According to reports, the release included documents, photos, videos, and information connected to properties where surveillance equipment was allegedly installed. The documents also revisit the crimes committed by Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell, whose operation allegedly victimized countless young women over many years while remaining hidden from public view. Now, according to online reports, someone unexpected may be ready to shine a light on another side of the story. In previous interviews and statements, 50 Cent has argued that of power in Hollywood is not limited to men. He reportedly claimed that women in powerful positions can be just as manipulative and harmful as infamous figures like Harvey Weinstein or Jeffrey Epstein. According to industry insiders, some believe 50 Cent was referring specifically to Ellen DeGeneres. The argument, according to these reports, is that once certain celebrities achieve enormous levels of power and influence, the balance of relationships around them can change. 50 allegedly suggested that this can sometimes create manipulative dynamics that people overlook because of the person's public image. He claimed there is a double standard. When similar behavior comes from men, it is immediately condemned. But when it comes from women, it is often excused, ignored, or explained away. Take, for example, Ellen's behavior and friendship with Diddy. What made these comments even more controversial was the claim that 50 Cent had personally observed these dynamics affecting Justin Bieber. According to supporters of this theory, the clues were hiding in plain sight. Over the years, Ellen DeGeneres and Diddy maintained a very public friendship. Diddy appeared on Ellen's talk show multiple times, and their conversations often included jokes, praise, and playful discussions about his famous parties. During one appearance, Ellen jokingly asked Diddy whether she was invited to one of his birthday celebrations. Diddy responded that she was always invited and joked that she simply never attended. The conversation then shifted to the timing of his parties, with Ellen expressing surprise that one could start as early as 9:30 p.m. Diddy responded by hinting that there were different types of parties, a comment that drew laughs from the audience at the time. Back then, nobody thought much of those exchanges. Today, however, some online commentators are revisiting those moments through a completely different lens. Critics argue that Diddy was known for hosting exclusive gatherings where guest lists were closely controlled, phones were often restricted, and very little information ever reached the public. These private environments have become a major focus of speculation as investigators and commentators continue examining relationships between powerful entertainment figures. 50 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house. Somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. But they didn't think they was being watched. And Brother Love was watching. Yeah. I mean, TDJ, he haven't even came out and said anything, and him and Diddy was real cool. Amen. Amen. Yeah, man. And I know the people in the congregation over there is shaking in their boots because this man didn't lead them allegedly led them to damnation, because those people hearts going to be broken if that man is seen on those tapes doing anything. Because people always put their faith in the pastor instead of putting their faith in God. And what they need to do is understand that he's just a man, and he has a history. It's not looking too good for him. So you feel like celebs are worried that they might be on tape. Oh, they know. That's why they ain't speaking up or saying nothing? Yeah, I was at a daddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form or fashion, you got that alcohol. You got the drugs in you. They're a little loose, bro. They didn't let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. He got it so hot in there that you gotta take your clothes off. He said that itself, bro. So, a lot of them what he said? I think a lot of them was being swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed? They tell off on the yelf all the time, man. You just gotta listen. But why do you think Diddy had all them hidden cameras? Bro? When you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Into this world stepped a young Justin Bieber. Bieber entered the music industry at around 13 years old after being discovered online in Canada. His rise to fame happened almost overnight. At first, his relationship with Usher appeared to be a standard mentorship. Usher helped guide Bieber's career and introduced him to many of the entertainment industry's biggest names. Among those introductions was Ellen DeGeneres, and according to critics, one of those introductions eventually led Bieber to Diddy. Old footage shows Diddy speaking with Bieber during his teenage years. The two appeared comfortable around each other, joking about spending time together. In one conversation, Diddy teased Bieber about becoming too busy and successful to return his calls. "What's up, man? You good?" "I'm good. How are you?" "Hey, young brother, everything's good. Selling out arenas and everything." "Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out." "Well, you haven't, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my, business, partners and whatnot, but you never really got my number." "So, correct." "Okay, Amber." At the time, the exchange seemed harmless, but years later, other clips resurfaced that many viewers found more unsettling. One of the most frequently discussed moments involved Diddy talking about gifts, expensive cars, and private time spent with Bieber. During the conversation, Bieber mentioned receiving a Lamborghini, and Diddy responded by reminding him that some experiences were not supposed to be discussed publicly. Diddy joked that Bieber knew better than to talk about the things he did with Big Brother Puff on national television. So what's going on with you guys? Are you working together? No. I mean, I think that we become friends in a strange way, like Robin Big. Yeah. Yeah. It's like exactly. I'm begging you, Robin. Yeah. 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 No, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, we definitely have our arms around and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person besides his talent. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know. Just Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, he could buy you one also. He got me a Lamborghini. Oh, that's nice. I haven't gotten it yet, though. Yeah, I know. When is that coming? That Lamborghini. We talked about this last night. He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Apparently not something. When those comments first aired, most people viewed them as playful banter between celebrities. Now, critics argue that the remarks deserve closer examination. Adding to the speculation are Justin Bieber's own public comments over the years. Fans have pointed to songs, interviews, and emotional moments that they believe hint at deeper struggles from his early years in the music business. What was the worst moment of your teenage years? My worst moment of my teenage years was probably being locked up. It was scary. It was in Miami. But what people don't know about that story is the police actually were being corrupt. And I know it sounds crazy, but when they clocked me for driving, I was actually going under the speed limit. They said that we were drag racing and all this sort of stuff, and then it just wasn't true. So just clarification, I wasn't drinking and driving, all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, I don't think I've ever really set the record straight. I think I did a little bit, but yeah, that's the truth. Another day, another Bieber rumor, best friend. So apparently Justin Bieber was asked about Diddy. Now, this is making already headlines. I've seen some people make videos about this, so take this with a grain of salt, because girl, there is absolutely no proof to this. But apparently he was asked about Diddy, and allegedly Justin said, "Don't ask me about that man ever." So apparently a paparazzi asked him about this. He also allegedly says that he was a child at the time and wanted to move on for his own peace. Now listen, girl. There is absolutely no footage of this. There's no videos of this. So I would honestly consider this to be false because, girl, damn good and well that a paparazzi does not have their camera off. Okay? Especially if he's going to ask such a question. So, currently, Diddy, of course, is a main topic of conversation due to the #1 Netflix documentary on Netflix Girl that came out of Diddy. And of course, lots of celebrities are being asked about this. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he was asked about this, but trust and believe if the Bieber is somewhere girl, the paparazzi are going to have their camera on. So, in my case, in my opinion, this is false. Okay, these are just rumors and nastiness that is not real. But listen, I did want to say girl. Some commentators claim Bieber has spoken about being taken advantage of when he was younger. Others point to his comments about betrayal, trust, and the challenges of growing up in an industry filled with powerful adults. One theory suggests that victims in these environments often remain silent because influential people may possess damaging information, embarrassing stories, or compromising material that could be used against them if they ever decide to speak out. Jaguar Wright and Orlando Brown have already alleged that Diddy has a lot of blackmail over Justin. So would you say someone like Justin Bieber is a victim? I just seen he is reportedly selling his whole catalog because he's broke. Yeah. Yeah. And once he finishes getting that money, I don't understand why he's broke. He didn't have to be broke. Usher just wouldn't stop robbing him. God damn. I mean, it's Usher couldn't keep his hands out of his pocket. Sweaty. He sent them, he got him signed and turned over custody to Diddy. And boy was never the same. Neither was Usher's pockets because Usher's been living off of Justin Bieber's money. He been living off of his own. 'Cause the truth is, Usha don't really make that kind of money. And I'm really just kinda sick and tired of Usher. Yeah. I'm really kind of disgusted with Usher Raymond who does, Greek wrestling nude with men over frosted flakes. Allegedly. Like, I'm sick and tired of this guy who everyone knows got the Diddy bumps, who's been sued for passing them on, lost, is still sitting there disgracing women in front of their men who bought the tickets to like that whole, he's causing a lot of divorce courts. Yeah. But but why? He don't even want them. He don't want them women. He's literally doing it just to destroy relationships. Whether that theory is true or not, many observers believe Bieber's emotional discussions about protecting younger artists reveal something important. One example often mentioned is Bieber's concern for younger performers, such as Billie Eilish. During interviews, he became emotional while discussing the need to protect young stars from the pressures and dangers of fame. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. Yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away. Some fans interpreted those comments as evidence that Bieber understood those dangers from personal experience and wanted to spare others from going through similar situations. Look at YouTube in a different way because I was looking through all the Justin Bieber content. You should just take a tour of Bieber content. Yeah, it gets a little wild. Well, no, you gotta remember he was discovered on YouTube. Like the drums Usher discovered him. Yeah, on YouTube. And that was the big thing. Be like Justin Bieber. Become famous on YouTube, and a big celebrity will come and get you an Usher King, and they took him to the Flavor King. I guess it's about who discovers you. 'Cause Beyoncé did she not grab the Chloe Bailey and the High Bailey and from YouTube pull them up just like she did another artist. But it's funny how all of these artists are grabbing these people off of YouTube, and then the next thing you know you're watching their demise on YouTube. Ain't that funny? You get famous and discovered, and then they watch you crash out. It's full circle. Full circle. Justin Bieber on those drums. Justin Bieber singing Baby Baby Baby. Justin Bieber with Odell Beckham and Trey Songz. Justin Bieber getting pumped in by Jaden. Justin Bieber on all of those tapes. I'm starting to feel like maybe when they shut down all the prostitution in the back pages of the little circulars and they went digital. I'm starting to think they all came to YouTube. This is starting to look like a breeding ground. Bro, Bieber has also distanced himself from several people involved in building his career. In some interviews, he has spoken about feeling betrayed by individuals he once trusted. Supporters of these theories argue that the word betrayal carries significant weight given the connections between Bieber, Diddy, Ellen DeGeneres, and other powerful figures who surrounded him during his teenage years. Meanwhile, social media has exploded with reactions. Some users have demanded investigations. Others have expressed sympathy for Bieber and concern about what young entertainers may experience behind the scenes. I feel bad for Justin Bieber right now. I feel like he gave us so many signs and we missed all of them. Have you seen what fans have been piecing together about the Yummy music video? Wait, because I've always wanted to know what Yummy means because everyone's always hinted at oh, there's a deeper meaning. Now that this P. Diddy scandal has come out, you kind of see the relation between the lyrics and the music video. Oh no. I don't know if I'm ready. So, if you watch the music video, you see the first scene. It's like a band on stage and everyone in the band is very young. Then Justin Bieber sits down at a table and he's having a good time. There's a sandwich in front of him and you can't see what's inside the sandwich. It's facing him. Okay, but it's like face up. Everyone's eating. He's with all these wealthy, famous, powerful people, which is simulating a party. Exactly. So then in the middle of the music video, the sandwich turns around and you can see what's inside it. And it's a cherry which symbolizes purity. Purity, youth, virginity, etc. And then at that point in the music video, Justin starts to kind of be grossed out and the waiters are bringing him all this gross food and weird. and everyone at the table is eating all the weird, and Justin's kind of like, yo, like this is not my vibe, kind of like Katniss in District 1 for the first time. Exactly. Okay. So then there's a little girl who's like playing an instrument in the band at the beginning of the music video, and she's wearing this all red suit. At the end of the music video, the red suit is taken off and it's like laid over a chair, and the music video ends and it's a plate, and it's 14-year-old Justin Bieber. A photo of him. Former performers and aspiring artists have also shared stories about the pressures of the entertainment industry, warning that fame can sometimes come with hidden costs. This is Aaron Carter. I want to verify that this is actually my GoFundMe page. There's been a lot of misdirection that I've had to do in order to protect myself. For me, silence breaker for my brother, and now they're after my life. My whole family is after my life. And they're setting me up and records $3.5 million, and they pay me. And it would be in their interest, as told me, and pay to record for $10 million. They owe me money, and they're trying to kill me off, and I'm begging you, and I'm feeing you. Help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can so I can move to an undisclosed location where I'm safe. My realtor will sell my house. They're all involved in this, and they're trying to keep me there. They have cops come and check for a rope in my garage saying I want to hang myself. So, please trust what I'm saying. Throughout all of this, 50 Cent's comments continue to attract attention because they challenge a common assumption that power is primarily a male issue. According to his argument, power itself is the problem. When people gain enormous influence, wealth, and control, opportunities for exploitation can emerge regardless of gender. That perspective has caused many people to re-examine Ellen's public image. For years, she was known as one of television's friendliest personalities. Critics now ask whether that image prevented people from looking more closely at warning signs or allegations that may have surfaced over the years. As more Epstein-related material continues to be analyzed, supporters of these theories argue that every powerful figure should face equal scrutiny regardless of fame, gender, or political connections. The public debate has become intense. Social media discussions are overflowing with opinions. Some people believe the connections are too significant to ignore. Others argue that connections alone do not prove wrongdoing. What many agree on is that the questions deserve answers. Why were so many young people surrounded by powerful adults? Who was responsible for protecting them? Who looked the other way? And if warning signs existed, why weren't they taken more seriously? Let us know in the comments below.